me to talk about our four vocal performers this afternoon. Now, I've got so many notes scribbled on these pieces of paper. Forgive me if I get lost and forget what I'm talking about. So first of all, I'm going to talk about Jenny. Got you there. Now, for each of our four vocalists, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a few things that I liked about your performances and a few things that I think will help you in going on from today's competition as you take your musical journeys on to the next stage, wherever that is. So, Jenny, we absolutely loved your melodic lines and your phrasing and the way that you use those to give us the pieces. Just one or two things to work on a little bit. Your diction was one thing. We didn't always hear the words. We had them written in front of us, but the audience didn't, so there might have been times when they weren't quite sure what you were singing about. And work at your eye contact. We talked about eye contact earlier with the instrumentalist, but that's particularly important when you are a vocalist. So it's your eyes and your face, so that you're telling the story through those as well as through the actual music itself. Just one other thing. Your first piece that you sang was much higher in its register than the other two songs, and we noticed that you had a distinct break in your voice. It was actually when you got to D. I'm sure you know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but when you get to D, it's almost as though a different person has taken over to sing the high notes, and then Jenny comes back to sing the lower notes a little bit further on. So your strengths are in your lower register, in your contralto range. But if you're going to sing higher songs, you need to do a bit of work on actually managing that breakthrough from C sharp to D as you go on. So thank you for your performance. And now I'm going to talk about Jasmine. Where's Jasmine? No, I'm not. She's not next. Hold on. I said I was going to get muddled up with my piece of paper. Who sang second? Ara sang second, didn't she? Where's Ara? Lost her. Oh, there she is, over there. Lovely. Excellent. Jolly good. Ira, you really did tell the story for us. You had great control and poise, and you sang with ease. You're the sort of performer who makes it sound as though actually being a singer is an easy thing, which you and all the other three, and anybody who's ever had a go at it, know it's not. You had fantastic control over what you were singing. Particularly those high notes, not the big loud high notes so much, but those soft high notes where you really controlled it and used your whole body to support the sound. That was absolutely fantastic. I think you can just take a little bit more time with the storytelling. There were times where at the ends of the phrases there were wonderful moments and opportunities to just add a little bit of drama, but you sometimes just rushed on to the next thing. So just take a little bit more time with the storytelling. Okay, now I am going to talk about Anya, aren't I? Yes, I am. Sorry. In a minute I'll have to sort these pieces of paper out because they're in a right old mess. Anya, where are you? Got you there. Excellent. One thing that really impressed us about you was the way that you engaged your audience with your eyes. Your eyes were really that they were just there, and they drew us into the music that you were singing, and you did that beautifully. And you've got great rhythm and sense of rhythm, and your diction was excellent. We could hear absolutely every word that you sang. I think it was quite a brave thing to sing that first song unaccompanied. I guess there must have been a reason why you chose to do that, but to sing a song like that without the support of the piano to keep you a little bit in check was a very brave thing to do, but well done. Overall, you need to work just a little bit more at your vocal line and pay a little bit more attention to detail. Particularly there were one or two notes in the Stanford song you sang at the end that weren't quite what Stanford had written. They were sort of almost what Stanford had written, but not quite. So work at the vocal line and work at the attention to detail and work at supporting your voice, particularly in the higher notes. Okay, and finally I'm going to come to Jasmine. Lost Jasmine. Oh, gosh, you're a long way away. Should have put my other glasses on. Right, Jasmine. You had a great sense of poise, and your melodic line and your storytelling were excellent. Also, you had a great sensitivity in the way that you sang. Now, I have to say, you were on a winner with me because you sang 3 of my very favourite songs, so that's always a good start. But this is not about whether we like things or don't like things, it's about the musicality and the performance, and that was great. One thing to work at, Jasmine, is your holding on of long notes and your breath control leading into that. There were some notes, like that very last note you sang, where it would have been lovely if you could have stayed on right to the end until your accompanist had finished, but you didn't. You ended a bar earlier. So really supporting that, the long, slow lines. Okay? So that's all 4 of them, and so we're coming very close to that moment that you're all waiting for. But I'm going to prolong the agony just ever so slightly by saying 1 or 2 thank yous. I'm going to say, first of all, thank you to, somebody else is probably going to say this as well, but I can never resist having a nice thank you line. I want to say thank you to St Catherine's for letting us use this wonderful facility today. We've had a wonderful Steinway Grand to use, and this fantastic, what did you call it, an acousticologist, was it? Acoustician, that's right, yes. Is that in the dictionary, that word? It is, okay, right, okay. So your acoustician deserves a knighthood, I think, because it was just wonderful listening to the acoustics in here suited all of our performers, so that was absolutely fantastic. So thanks to you. Thank you, of course, to Rotary for having the vision to put on a competition like this. It's a wonderful arena for people like our 12 young people here, and wouldn't it be wonderful if there were lots more next year? It's a wonderful arena for you to come and to show us your wonderful talents. Thank you to the individuals who've organised today's competition. And then a couple of thank yous to people that sometimes get forgotten at a competition like this. I'm sure that all of the performers will want to thank their teachers, and they will also want to thank, and we want to thank, those of you who were accompanists today, because the standard of accompanying was very high. We're not judging the accompanists, so don't worry, we're not going to give you comments and things to work on. But it was wonderful to hear such good accompanying, and I know as an accompanist myself that a lot of work has to go into learning some of those pieces, those long, difficult pieces that weren't even written for the piano in the first place. So thank you to all of that. So, we could do. Shall we have everybody else who's performed? I know that one's not here because he had to go to a master class in Oxford, but could we have the 11 of you that are here? Would you like to come down here and be very brave?